Mass timber is a collection of different products. So you're gonna have CLT, which is cross-laminated timber. You're gonna have glulam, which is glued laminated timber. And then MPP, which stands for mass ply panels, is a veneer-based mass timber product.
Mass timber is essentially a lot of smaller pieces of timber glued together to increase its strength characteristics.
Yeah, with mass timber beams, we can use smaller, younger trees instead of cutting down old growth. And then we can essentially recreate a timber structure, but with engineered pieces.
Mass timber. Man, it is a crazy thing. Mass timber is pretty sweet.
I would describe it as a really big piece of lumber.
So I grew up as a carpenter working for my dad, so I've been really close to the trade my whole life, and I'm really passionate about woodworking. And when we discovered mass timber, it's just like a big woodworking project, being able to work with the mass timber panels and seeing everything come together so quickly. I really just fell in love with that building process.
In high school, I was a big theater kid, and so if you had told me back then that I'd be in construction, I probably would have just laughed and said, I don't want to do that. But it really has opened the door to create some really fantastic things for me, and I stumbled into it. I literally was in the right place at the right time to learn a machine, and it's given me an entire career.
I started working construction when I was 15 years old, and then I ended up getting hired by Carpentry Plus to work on a project that we had out there, the Quiute Tribal School, and they asked me at the end of the project if I'd be willing to move down here. And so I did. And so what started off as temp labor turned into a career.
I got in just looking for a job right out of high school. I started when I was 18. I was just looking for any job I could work on because I was taking a gap year. But when I got to this job, I started working, and there was just a lot of opportunity for growth. So I stayed with it.
I thought I was going to be stuck in the food industry. I thought I was going to be there for quite a while, maybe even till I retired. But the opportunity came to me to put my hands in something differently, and I think I made a really, really good choice. I do really like my job. I do.
I've always been really creative my whole life, from art to theater to music to dance, and my job here as a CNC lead and operator is to still create new things, solve problems. I'm constantly using those creative muscles in my brain to figure out how we want to do something.
This job is just really fun. I love working with my hands. I love getting to see client reactions and client interaction with the end product. And it's really cool to be able to use something that brings a little more safety and comfort into the built environment. I just have been having a blast working with mass timber.
Really, it is such an incredible, exciting world. It's old school meeting new school with new technology, new advances to how we're building.
If you really, value sustainability, if you really value health and well-being, it's definitely a really wonderful industry to be in.
Yeah, I think the mass timber industry, it could be really attractive for young people. There's a lot of opportunities for careers that are directly out of high school as opposed to like the traditional 4-year degree too. So you can start earning a living without having to take on any college debt.
The industry has never been at a better level to be able to enter because of the pay gap has shrunk so much from blue collar to white collar now, to where there's a lot of great opportunities and companies offer lots of benefits and everything that you would get at any other place. The only difference is you're going to get dirty and you're going to work hard.
Where I see mass timber going is actually growing. And I think there's a lot of need actually for people who have experience or people who are willing to gain experience on the install side, on the modeling side, on the design side, on all the different aspects that all come together to make these buildings go up. And so yeah, I think there's a lot of room for people to come into this industry.